Uh, Hi everyone. Two things are happening in your love situation right now, simultaneously, in the same field, running on parallel tracks that are about to intersect in a way that clarifies everything, that removes the ambiguity and the confusion and the specific exhausting quality of a situation where what is real and what is not real have been too tangled to separate cleanly. Something genuine is moving toward you, and something false is being pulled into the light. And the thing about genuine and false existing in the same space is that light, the specific, clarifying, nowhere to hide quality of truth becoming visible, tends to serve one and end the other simultaneously. What is real becomes more real when what is false is removed. What was obscured by the presence of something dishonest becomes suddenly completely visible when the dishonesty is gone. And that is exactly what is forming in the energy of this collective today. A clarification that serves you completely. Take what is yours today. What resonates, hold it. What does not, release it without guilt. But for those of you who felt something alert and slightly complicated move through you when I described two simultaneous things, who felt the recognition of someone who has been navigating a situation that has been more complex than it should have been, this reading is for you. Let me begin with the person who genuinely wants to be with you, because they deserve to be spoken about first, and because understanding what they carry and why they have perhaps not yet fully declared themselves is essential context for everything else that follows. Soft sigh. There is someone in your life or approaching it whose wanting is real, not the managed, carefully calibrated, let me not overcommit wanting that certain people produce when they are interested but protecting themselves. The full kind. The kind that has been building quietly, consistently, without the dramatic announcement that larger feelings sometimes make into something that can no longer be contained in the comfortable ambiguity of the not yet said. They want to be with you in the specific daily, this is the person I choose way that goes considerably beyond finding you attractive or enjoying your company. They want the actual thing, the relationship, the shared life, the quality of presence in each other's daily experience that distinguishes being with someone from simply knowing someone. And the reason they have not yet fully said so, the reason the wanting has been present without yet finding its complete external expression, is something I want to speak about honestly, because it is connected to the second thing happening in your situation, to the person being exposed. The presence of someone dishonest in your field has been creating interference. That is the specific dynamic that Spirit is pressing me to name clearly today, because it explains so much of what has felt confusing and unclear and difficult to navigate in your love situation recently. When something false occupies space in a situation, when someone with a hidden agenda or a deceptive quality operates in the same field as something genuine, the genuine thing cannot always move cleanly, cannot always advance with the directness and the clarity that it would have if the field were clear. The interference distorts, slows, creates the specific confusing quality of a situation where what should be simple has become complicated, not because the genuine thing is insufficient, but because something else has been muddying the water. The water is being cleared. That is what the exposure represents, not punishment clarification, the specific and necessary clarification that removes from your field the element that has been making it difficult to see what is actually there. And what is actually there, what has been present all along beneath the interference, is the genuine wanting of someone who has been watching and waiting for the field to be clear enough to move into cleanly. Ooh. Now, let me speak about the person being exposed, because this is the dimension of the reading that requires the most care and the most honesty. Someone has been operating in your situation without the transparency that your situation deserved, not through dramatic, obvious deception, the kind that announces itself and therefore produces immediate recognition. Through the quieter, harder to identify kind, the kind that presents itself as one thing while being another. That occupies proximity to you, to your trust, to your time, to your emotional attention, with an agenda that has not been fully disclosed. That has been, in ways that are about to become visible, moving in your space without your full informed consent to their presence. The exposure is not something you are orchestrating. That is the specific quality of what Spirit is bringing through this, is not a situation where you need to investigate or confront or take any particular action to bring the truth to light. The truth is finding its own way to light, as it always does through the specific and reliable mechanism of things that cannot sustain the energy required to maintain themselves across time. Deception is exhausting for the person practicing it. It requires continuous effort, and continuous effort has its own natural limit, after which what was being concealed simply surfaces. Not through drama, through the quiet, inevitable, the truth will out quality of something that was always going to be seen eventually. When the exposure happens and Spirit is clear that it is happening and is in the process of happening, I want you to receive it with the specific quality of groundedness that does not require drama to process truth. The exposure may produce some discomfort in the initial moment of recognition. The specific, slightly unsteady quality of having something you suspected but were not certain of becomes suddenly, undeniably certain. Let that pass through you without building a house in it. The discomfort is temporary. What the exposure leaves behind, the cleared field, the removed interference, the suddenly visible truth of what has been there all along, is not temporary. That is the permanent thing. And the permanent thing is considerably better than what the interference was obscuring. Soft sigh. Now hear the person who genuinely wants to be with you because their voice has been pressing forward through everything and needs to reach you today. I have been watching, not in the passive, uninvested way of someone who is simply observing from a comfortable distance, in the specific, caring, this matters to me way of someone who has had their own reading of the situation, who has seen things that perhaps you have not yet fully seen, and who has been waiting. Not because I did not want to move, because the timing was not right, because the field was not clear, because moving into a situation that had something false operating in it before that, something false had revealed itself for what it was felt like building on ground that had not yet been confirmed as solid. But it is becoming solid now. The clearing is happening. And what I have been wanting to say, what I have been carrying toward you through the entire duration of the waiting, is becoming more possible to say every day. More clear, more honest, more proportionate to what I actually feel, rather than what the complicated situation has been allowing me to express. I want to be with you. Not in the provisional, let us see how this develops way, in the decided way, in the I have been watching and I know what I see and I want it way, in the way that has been forming in me through the patience of the waiting and has only gotten clearer rather than murkier as the waiting has continued. I want the actual thing with you, specifically, in the full and daily and nothing held back way of someone who is not interested in the partial version of what is possible between us. And now, as what was false is being removed and the field is clearing, I am finding that saying it is becoming something I cannot much longer defer. Because the reason for the waiting is resolving, and what remains when it resolves is simply the wanting, unchanged by the complexity that surrounded it, if anything, clarified by it, made more specific and more certain by the specific quality of contrast, that watching something false operate in the same space as something genuine produces. Uh, oh, feel the quality of that, because that is not someone who has been uncertain about you. That is someone who has been certain about you in a complicated situation, holding their certainty steady through the interference, watching the field, waiting for the moment when the clarity of what they feel can be expressed without the complicating presence of something false muddying the water. And that moment is arriving. Now I want to speak to you directly, to the person who has been navigating this situation and who deserves some clear and honest orientation going forward. Because both things happening simultaneously, the genuine being declared and the false being exposed, can produce a quality of overwhelm if you are not grounded, can feel like too much arriving at once. And I want to offer you the grounding that prevents the overwhelm from obscuring what is actually very good news. What is happening is clarifying your situation fully, in the specific and necessary way of a situation that has been complicated by false elements, being stripped of those false elements, leaving behind it something considerably simpler and considerably better than what the complication allowed you to clearly see. The simplicity on the other side of the clarification is real. What is left when the false is removed is not a void, it is the genuine thing. The wanting of someone who has been present and patient and clear eyed through everything. Who has been carrying something real toward you through the interference without losing either the carrying or the realness of what they carry? Soft sigh. Receive the clarity when it arrives, both dimensions of it, the discomfort of the exposure and the warmth of the declaration. Both are part of the same clarification. Both are serving the same purpose, which is to give you the full, accurate, nothing false remaining picture of your love situation so that what you choose going forward is chosen with complete information. Because choice made with complete information, with the false removed and the genuine visible, is the most powerful choice available. Not a choice made in the complicated middle of a situation where what is real and what is not are still tangled. A clear choice from clear ground in full possession of what is actually there. That ground is being prepared right now. The clearing is happening. The false is being removed from your field by its own unsustainability. And the genuine, the real, decided, I want to be with you wanting of someone who has been patient through the complication is moving forward with the specific momentum of something that has been waiting for exactly this moment. Stand in the clarity when it arrives. With the grounded, self-possessed, completely yourself quality of someone who knows their own worth and can receive both the discomfort and the warmth of a situation, fully revealing itself without being destabilized by either. Who can say, I see what was false and I release it. And I see what is real and I receive it. Clearly, from solid ground, with all the information I needed. Something genuine is coming toward you. Something false is being removed. And what remains when the removal is complete, what the cleared field reveals, is something that has been there all along, patient and real, and entirely worth what the waiting required. Trust the clarity, trust the genuine, and trust that what is moving toward you through the cleared field, decided, specific, carrying the full weight of someone who wants to be with you in the real and daily and nothing held back way, is exactly what it appears to be. If this reading found you at exactly the right moment, if something here named both things happening in your situation and gave you solid ground to stand on through the clarification, stay close, subscribe, and come back, because the story of the cleared field and what the genuine thing does when the interference is finally gone is one worth witnessing all the way through. And the next reading will be there for every step of what the clarity makes possible.